Up until today, everybody has something to say about the present and something to offer about the future. What I'm here to do is to provide with something that's in between, concrete, spiritual, and very scientific. So let's begin. Let me offer assurances by clarifying old knowledge as the cipher key. A cipher key is something that can connect, that can validate, or is part of something that can help decode uh, meanings that are normally secret. So a cipher key is missing in the Mayan Codex. And first, it's 2011, November, being the 11th month, giving us the answer in the 1111 synchronicity event. And the paradox that is 2012. It is not the gateway. It is when a protective shield must be installed as a jolt from the initial passing of gamma waves from the precession of equinox will reboot the Earth's magnetic shield, and the 7 days of darkness will result from the shield being knocked out, and also from all of our satellites being lost in space, because there's nothing that keeps it in, nothing that keeps the orbits, the satellites in orbit, as prophesized in the Bible. We will expose this event from the phenomenon of not phenomenon, but the product of solar flares. And this is the trial by fire. So that's the 7th day of darkness, but the trial by fire, which results from the solar flares, is what's going to happen to the Earth. It's going to burn the Earth, literally extinct us. Or they're saying 1/3, but that was supposed to be, that's just a modest guess. If a R5 and up hits us, 99% of the planet's population will be extinct. The reason why there's so much trouble and confusion in this world is because the Mayans and the Aztecs used sacrificing innocent and people to buy blood money, to see into the future. This is why, throughout history, the South American Indians are our saviors, as they paid the ultimate price of death and spiritual imprisonment by giving us the Mayan prophecy and the Mesoamerican long count calendar, which accurately predicts major future events from and up to December 21, 2012, very accurately. And as a consequence, their entire civilization was annihilated for this blood money. The I Ching's future prediction also stops in 2012, which was written 2,000 years ago. The Mayan calendar was written over 3,000 years ago. This is why Mexico, the capital of Mesoamerica, is the hotbed for slaughter because of past human sacrificing, and also why Ireland went financially broke, as they too practiced sacrificing, in effect. This is negatively affecting the Bermuda Triangle, a trans-dimensional gateway from and to other galaxies. Japan, or the Dragon's Triangle, becomes the Devil's Sea when junk or negative energy is sent through the geomagnetic nexus gateways or nexus grids, resulting in the Japanese nuclear disaster 2011. Now this is arguable, but the possible eruption of a volcano in North Korea during the peak of its aggressive nature is no coincidence. The South Americans saved us. The cost is not an issue, as life has no price. Now we must save them, and in doing so, save our own civilization. For the insanity that is rooted there is not just corruption. It has to do with negative energy that is beginning to exhaust. As a byproduct, it is exhausting, impulsive, and primitive energy. Please give me 2 interviews that follow this outline to present, to prove, that comforts and provides support, peace, substance, no riddles, to satisfy every and all sides. For Christians, Catholics, Muslims, and conventional spiritualists, I'm not worthy. But I have worked hard all my life. I have studied all religions, and I'm not anything but someone who is compelled to share my knowledge. What they tell you is love. What I'm trying to provide, not truth, but evidence. I promise you that if you stick to these topics, which are relevant to you, whichever ones that you choose to shuttle through, there's 44 interviews. There are 2 intros, this one and another one, and then there's 42 that follow, 43 that follow this after. And then to give some opportunity to bridge a cipher, secret keys to give answers to all the riddles in religion. Life and science and culture. Just 15 minutes a day for a week, sometimes even longer depending on the topic, and I'll promise you that I'll change your life, as you are the angels from all religions. Holy is life. Experience is only sin if we cannot learn your lessons. Love is God, and we are all its expressions of many different personalities. When we understand this, the chains of death and destiny are no more. Always evolving and learning instead of condemning and repressing. These are the things that we need to address. For others, I will provide a list of various topics that range from all religions, science, technology, physics, drugs, and what is enlightenment versus experience. mental disorders, health benefits, and why diets don't work, that are all related to spirituality. Vedic, Buddhic, shamanic, Sufi, which is esoteric or spiritual, it's Islamic in nature, and it's called esoteric. That is Islamic in nature, and tantric enlightenment. What is magic versus energy? Who and what we are. The Freemasons, and how everything must apply to November 2011 and not 2012 in human evolution. If you want more information on these subjects, click onto them, the title subject, on my YouTube site of Vivid Senses. That's VIVIDSENSES, Vivid Senses. And I will attempt to humbly give you the information that I have retrieved from spiritual learning. In the meantime, let the title of the subject provide a reference to the list of the subjects now being presented, and hopefully bring to full circle the 2011 enlightenment and the 2012 end of times, which is really the end of death cycle. Also, the Kali cycle as in Kali Ma, Kali Yuga to be more exact, and the official beginning of the Golden Age. The Golden Age has already begun. However, most still cannot see the physical changes to the timeline. We are all in time. We are all in time. But we are very much running out of time. Let's begin. To see the future by observing the past. How the Mayans saw 2012. This is a very important concept to understand, as we see information stored in light from the galaxy Andromeda. And although the star system no longer exists, and we do not have crystal nanotechnology to scan light information, astral technology, which is also called astral technology, we can view Andromeda's history if we astral travel a few light years ahead of their history, before it went novae, and view their history from Orion's star system. But since their system has collapsed, the information is shredded, fragmented, but pretty much unattainable. So we gaze into another planet's history, like Earth's, from a future perspective, or yesterday's story, today's lessons, and tomorrow's future. That's why some of Egypt's chambers point towards those star systems.